नमामि धन्वन्तरिमादिदेवम् सुरासुरैर्वन्दितपादपद्मम् लोकैर्जरारुभय मृत्युनाशम् धातारमीशं विविधौषधीनाम्।
Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. On behalf of Charak Samhita Research Training and Skill Development Center, a MOU partner IPGT&RA Gujarat Ayurved University Jamnagar, I welcome you all. Today we have two renowned eminent speakers in the field of Ayurved in the third day of Expert Talk series on concept of health. The first speaker is a renowned figure in Ayurved, Prof.M.S.Baghel. He will talk on the topic practical guidelines and future strategies for healthier society. And second speaker, Professor S.K. Khandel, will talk on the topic prevention of disease occurrence and recurrence. It's my privilege to introduce our first speaker, Professor Dr. Madhav Singh Baghel. He is the global leader in the field of Ayurved. Presently, he is Director Arogya Lakshmi Jaipur. He is consultant physician, most popular educationalist, guide, researcher, advisor, mentor for all Ayurved community in India and abroad. He has done MD and PhD in Ayurved with 40 years of teaching and clinical experience. He has been the chairman, Ayurved chair established by Government of India, Medical School, University of Debrecen, Hungary, Europe. He is the most dynamic director of IPGT&RA and in charge vice chancellor, Gujarat Ayurved University, Jamnagar. He has received many awards, to mention a few: Dhanvantari Award, Vishwa Ayurved Ratna Award, Ayurved Bhushan Award, and he has been instrumental in the Charak Samhita New Edition project. I welcome you, sir, and I request you to deliver your expert talk on future strategies and practical guidelines for health. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Devlaji, for introducing lavishly. My namaskar to respected Vasishji, my friends Dr. Khandalji, Devlaji, and all others. So, my title for today's talk is Practical Guidelines for Implementing Concept of Health in Today's Society, Future Strategies for Preservation of Health. Dear friends, I will try to talk about the things or the factors which are responsible for health, and then try to put some strategy how we can implement the Ayurvedic lifestyle goals. As you are well aware, Ayurveda is designed at the two levels, preventive and therapeutic. The preventive is broadly described at the three levels: preservation, promotion, and prevention. And therapeutic is as a cure, eradication, management, or the non-recurrence of the diseases occurring in the body. Now, always some confusion or some things remain in the mind of our scholars, that what is preservation and what is promotion. Preservation itself means to preserve the health as it is. At least if we can achieve the goal that whatever health is at present is the health that can be maintained. The promotion is the word to further improve the health from the present status or the basic status, what is there, so that we call promotion. And prevention of the physical and mental diseases is further than the preservation and promotion. We have to adopt certain procedures to prevent the diseases occurring in the body. Occurrence, how and why and when disease occur in the body, that is going to be explained by Professor Khandalji. And recurrence. Recurrence is the word to return of the sign or symptoms of the same disease after remission. That is recurrence. Recurrence may be at the same site or another site also. After this definition, I will attract your attention to the definition of rasayan. There are many definitions of the rasayan are given in text, and they are related to the optimum health conditions. So I try to put up all the definitions in one frame, and I describe it like this: a comprehensive definition taking into consideration of rasayan in all classical texts of Ayurveda. That is, rasayan is that to obtain optimum quantity and quality of dhatus, which improves the color, complexion, texture, and luster of the skin, arrests, retards, reverses the process of aging, provides body strength and youthfulness, provides sexual potency and fertility, increases immunity, provides best mental and sensorial powers, cures diseases and keeps disease free, becomes invincible and having better tolerance, thus attains the long life full of vigor, strength, mental power, and divide of the diseases, leading to a long disease-free, respectful life in the society. Friends, why I am quoting this definition? Because this definition can clear you what are the goals of health, how we can achieve the different levels of the health, which are the optimum. This, unfortunately, it is in Hindi. This is a wonderful, our writer, one of our member of the group, Professor D.N. Pandey, who is presently the Environment Secretary of the Gujarat Rajasthan government. He writes editorial in one newspaper. So I actually quoting here is for the data. If we don't maintain our health, he is putting some data from some sources that by 2030 in India, 4.58 lakhs crore dollar will be spent on the NCDs, non-communicable diseases, which are the result of the improper health management. And same way, India is very quickly progressing, and at present USA and China is the highest obese country, and India will be very quickly become the third in this series. As you know, the obesity is the leader for the many diseases, including the diabetes to heart diseases. But more than that, at present, what we are encountering in our clinic, that many patients are coming to our clinics, which have a complicated system of the hormonal disbalances. Ladies have the thyroid, may have the PCOD, with the obesity, with the diabetes. They are coming with the complex of the symptoms and using the popping of the tablets, and they are ill managed and they are not responding to drugs being given to them. So this is a very dangerous situation in which we are progressing. That's why our Acharya Vasishji have always insisted that we should do something to manage the health of the our human population. Again, here I will give you the list of the Nobel Prize. Last 4 Nobel Prize, if you see, 2015 was Etrimazia. Etrimazia is an anti-malarial drug. But after that, you see 2016, the Nobel Prize was awarded for intermittent fasting, Kal Bhojanam. We have just, Dr. Pandey has published just a beautiful paper, how Ayurveda says Kal Bhojanam, Ek Kal Bhojanam, Kal Bhojanam, which is the best Swasth Karanam, health preservation is limited. And they say if we can do the time restricted feeding, the apoptosis can be achieved and autophagy will be better. In 2017, the Nobel Prize was awarded for the discovery of molecular mechanism of controlling the circadian rhythm. Ayurveda has full dependence upon the circadian rhythm. we describe the Dincharya, Ritcharya, and individual Prakriti. And this is responsible for maintaining our circadian rhythm. So this is the one point to be hit. And recently, 2018, they have on the cancer therapy, they are talking about the inhibition of negative immune regulation. And this is nothing else but the immunomodulatory effects of the various Ayurveda management. So if you see, the whole world is after the management, but their language is different, their things are different, and they are again drifting away from the basic nature of the health management. Another point I will, this is for your just bringing in the notice, this is a definition, translation of the definition of the Susruta, Samdosa, Samagnisya, Samdhatu, Malkriya, Samak. Here I wanted to only put you in the knowledge that Dr. Vasishji first time tell me that why we should don't take it as the 5 domains of the health. And friends, this is the 5 domains of the health. But one thing I will put your notice that this is a 2-way. If a Prasadnatmendri mana is not there, the same process can start and it can create the disease. And if dose is not proper, it can create the disease. So there are the interdependency of these factors in health maintenance. So this is one more important factor which always we have to keep in the mind. Now we come to the levels of health. So looking to all the definitions, you will find that there are the 3 levels of the health broadly, that is personal health, social health, and global health. So personal health is the first is the biological health, second is psychological health, and third one is spiritual health. Social health is dependent upon the 4 factors described in our Jantudodhans Vimani Adhyaya that shared by all the society, that is air, water, climate, and pollution, sound pollution, and psychological pollution also. Global health is mainly dependent upon the climate and economic crisis, but mostly the wars, which is devastating on the society, and wars are also the result of the adharma, which is described in our Jantudodhans Viman Adhyaya. So these are the 3 levels of the health, in which personal health is the first thing which we should start maintaining at our level. Social health, the government is trying a lot and achieve, but global health, whole world has to participate in this process. This is a beautiful guideline given by the Bhagavad, Ashtanga Samhita Sutra 5, chapter 5. Friends, it is nothing but it is given by the Susrut. Susrut in the Sarirasthan 5 have given some broad guidelines, and these are the same slokas taken from the Charak Samhita, but what beautifully have done the Bhagavad, have rearranged these topics, and I see some meaning among this classification. The first slok, if you see, Nityam Hitahar Vihar Sevi Samikshikari Visesa Sakta Data Sana Satyapara Shamavan Apto Sevi Cha Bhavati Aroga. This slok usually is memorized by every Ayurveda student. Here they mention that you will be Bhavati Aroga. This is the preservation of your health. Here he is talking about the preservation of the health. But if you see second stanza, Arthes Valabhes Vakit Pratnam Kritadaram Nityam Upayvatsu Jitendriyam Nanupatanti Rogas Tatkali Yuktam Yadi Nasti Daivam. So if Daivi is not Viprit, if you perform the second line, then Nanupatanti Roga. Seasonal diseases and other diseases where you are not doing Pragya Paradha, then they cannot disturb your health, and this we can take as a promotion of the health. The third stanza, you will see it is a social and global health they are talking about. Kalo Anukula. We cannot make the Kal Anukula. It is the responsibility of the whole domain of the society and global level. Vishya Manogya. The things happening in the society should be there. Karma Sukhan Bandhi, Saptam Vidhyam, Vistam Chabuddhi, Bhavanti Dhirasya, Sada Sukhan. If you can obtain even this level, then you will be Sukhi. You will be having the psycho-spiritual happiness. So this is the three stanza which gives all the replies for the different level of the health. I try to put the same for the personal health, what the guidelines they are telling, dietetics, nutritional. So their Ayurveda have given so wide and beautiful guidelines and what to eat, what not to eat, when to eat, how to eat, which way, whom to eat, and the what are incompatible diets, Viruddhahar. This all is detailed well in Ayurveda. There are, and then Vihar, Nityam Hitahar Vihar contains the sleep, exercise, Veg Palan. Veg Palan is very important. That is a Adharni Veg, everybody remember. Then Brahmacharya is there and Achar Rasayan is there. Lot of the things are mentioned here. The second stanza, here what the three things important he is mentioning, that we should not set up the life goals very high because it is a cause of stress in our life and everybody is under the psychosomatic disorder at present day due to this factor. And then we have to perform the seasonal purification of the body to keep our body healthy and protect our body from the seasonal diseases. So these are the things which have been mentioned. And the third thing, as I told you, seasons and climates should be favorable to us, which is the responsibility of the whole society and not only society, it is the whole. Whatever we do, it should be very logical, thoughtful, and then only. So these are the broad guidelines of the health management. So in this guideline, if you see, we have the nutritional code of conduct, physical activity code of conduct, psychological code of conduct, behavioral code of conduct, spiritual code of conduct, social code of conduct, local and global environmental code of conduct. This one paper I got hand. This is a paper from Russia, and even they accepted that main factors that determine the health status of the man: lifestyle, environmental factors, genetics, and medical care. These are the four factors in that paper they have. Again, this is the one paper from it is from Ukraine. It is specified that the problem of health is considered by the, because health management is not only in the hands of the physician. It is a multifactorial and involvement of the whole society will be required. So they say medical specialists, philosophers, sociologists, psychologists, and teachers, and thus is covered in many sociological, philosophical, educational, sociological, and medical studies. Not only the medical studies, but there are the various all studies which are looking towards the this. And in this health management process, civilization, culture, and socio-economic status of the society is very important. And further, I have added this, that further nowadays, following other agencies are also involved in the health regime, that is environmentalist, agriculturist, and religious person. So, our friend Dr. Khandalji, we were discussing at some level, and we have seen a paper published from USA that changes in the USA after 60. Sorry. So, looking to that paper, we started to think what we did in our society after 70s, because after 70s there was changes too much. And what we did with our lifestyle changes of the which is has been described in Charak Samhita as the Gramya Ahar. So from rural to urban, so urban food have causes all this problem. Change of food habits due to drought and carbonation of fruits, vegetables, and non-vegetarian origin. Use of unseasonal fruits and vegetables, vigorous changes in cooking procedures, utensils, chemical procedures. We have spoiled the sugar, salt, and oils by method of the doing purifications, their upgradation. We have added lot of chemical things, and now they became chemicals, not the alkaline material. Change of food and dietetics. Crops are genetically modified, fertilizers, pesticides, adulteration of food materials, cooking medium. Why I am mentioning this? When we are planning a strategy, we have to devise the strategy that takes care of these things and how we have to improve the health. Addition of various chemicals as preservative and taste enhancers, use of piston, which has been mentioned at the many times in the Charak Samhita as a cause of the diseases. Too much use of the alcohol, Madira, Sura, and Madhya. And further, this is now latest invention which Gopal Vasishji have mentioned few years back, the fecal transplant. We have degraded our bacterial flora from the body to such a level. From morning we start to killing the bacteria by the toothpaste, and up to evening with the sanitizers and everything we are killing the bacteria the whole day. We have been killers for the bacteria, and what is resulting? Now they say the Parkinson is due to the bacterial flora derangement, this disease is due to bacterial flora derangement. So all the diseases are the resultant of the, and now we have reached to the status of probiotics and prebiotics. Now you can find out the papers where they are mentioning the ill effects of the prebiotics and probiotics. Lifestyle, urbanization, we have changed everything, air conditioners, pollution, rampant use of the chemicals, in the living condition of person, changes in sleeping habits, changes in the transportation. This is the one biggest thing. We have got the most sophisticated transportation, and we have left out the exercises. Because now we are not cycling, we are not walking sufficient. So this is we have a psycho-spiritual degradation of visual and auditory material being available on TV and mobile. Arthes wala bhais has become the life goal for everybody. Marketing strategies are polluting the minds of the children and young. Degradation of the psycho-spiritual practices, degradation of the respect for parents, teachers, and elders, and stamped competitiveness. Friends, if you remember and know the data, the quota, which is the biggest tuition hub in India, have the 15% rate of the depression as done by the psychoanalysis from the doctors, and it is a published study. 15% of our students are suffering from the depression at the very early age. And every year, few suicides are taking place in that one sitting also. So this is the what we have done with psycho-spiritual. For that, Ayurveda has described the achar rasayan, physical, verbal, and mental, social behavior. They have described social behavior is very well described in Ayurveda to achar rasayan and other things. This is the one study was being floated somewhere. Is AIP is the organization which are doing, they are doing various type of the surveys, and after in the end, because this is part of that study I am quoting, increased focus is required on the lifestyle management by non-medicated complementary system, including food, exercise, etc. Yoga and punch come into picture. Administration of the health-friendly quality of life improving herbal formulations based on scientific principles and proved by experiences. That is, I put up this word of China that was not there. Meditation and psychological code of conduct for betterment of the mental health. This is already been accepted at the various level of the society that they need these type of the interventions for the betterment of the health of the society. So, just I have given a broad list what is there. So now you see what uh, daily routine is described in Ayurveda well. We have to maintain our lifestyle, a physical level and physiological level. That is described, and we have to see that. Sleep. So when to awake and when to sleep. This becomes very pertinent in this context, and how much sleep we have to take. Because the new generation which is coming to our clinic, they all have sleeping habit after 12 o'clock. Just here I will quote one patient came to Dr. Khandal, and when we asked him what time you sleep, he told 4 o'clock in the morning. We asked what you are doing the whole night. But no, I am running a canteen in the engineering college, and we accept the food orders up to 2 o'clock in the night. Now you see what is happening. 2 o'clock in the night, he is supplying the pizza, burger, pasta, etc. in the rooms of the students. And if they are eating that heavy food in the late in the night, what is going to happen? And then they will sleep by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in morning, and they will get up in the 10 o'clock without taking bath, just washing the mouth and running to the class. This is the habit and lifestyle between. So they are not attending their natural urges. So exercise is the most problem in the present day series. Two things are there. One thing is the loss of exercise, which is described well in Ayurveda, Asya Sukham, Swapna Sukham. So, Swapna Sukham, to every level of the exercise is missing. A full day they are working, but they are not doing exercise. Working is not exercise. But another part of the small part at present, but it is becoming big, gymnasts, the attending the gymnasiums, attending the gyms, and they are doing the exercise more than the required and more than the body strength. And then they are using lot of protein shakes being given by them, given to them by the gymnasiums, and which is causing even up to death, because many deaths have been reported due to the protein shake. So this is the problem happening. Bathing, yoga and prayers is the part of our lifestyle. Dietetics, what, when and how to eat, criteria for diet selection, code of eating, etc. is well described in Ayurveda. When to eat, how to eat, and how much to eat. Then there is a simple description of the Agni assessment, and we have to decide when to eat, and how much to eat, and how frequently we have to eat. So this is the Agni assessment is to be known by everybody. Then, as we have quoted the time-restricted feeding, the fasting and its merits and demerits. So fasting is also celibacy, though we can say all the sexual problems, but not only sexual problems. Here we have to maintain all the things, and this is to be done very carefully, managing this carefully. Then Ayurveda has also mentioned the use of the Panchkarm Rasayan therapy, and very importantly, Ayurveda has mentioned the genetic counseling for inherited diseases, which we forget always. This is now big question, how we have to know. Though, as per the knowledge at that time, there are only few diseases are mentioned where marrying our daughters and our children, we have to take care in Manu Smith to there. But one word is mentioned, Atulya Gotri, which is very important because the genetic and inherited diseases very quickly run into the families due to the marrying in the same family. So this always has been also added as a health support for the person. And we have to see, though this part became the target of our governments, and the government are doing their best for the water pollution, air pollution, and seasonal pollutions, and uh, change of the seasons, and this all the things are being looked after by the there. Water pollution is coming from the various sources because waste is containing lot of plastics. Even STP, what sewerage treatment plants, whatever they are doing, but they are not removing the plastics. And lot of chemicals are coming, pesticides, fertilizer is coming. And then what we are doing to our water, we are putting through the RO plant, filter. Now, if I am right, in USA, the TDS level is 500 permitted for the drinking water. In Germany, it is 300. But India, everybody is drinking water in their taking from RO is below 100. So what we are doing, we are making the water acidic. It from chemical to become acidic, and that is again the problem. Draining too much groundwater is causing lot of minerals like fluoride, arsenic, magnesium, calcium. This is a problem in many rural villages in India. Air quality factors, which we are discussing a lot every year. Here in Delhi, you see the things what is happening, and in India, this year, living due to the lockdowns, most of the time, 50% of the city's air is not breathable. So, this wonderful paper I wanted to bring to your notice because when you are planning various things. So, this paper is again coming from Ukraine. What they say, if you have to do land preservation and preservation of the human health, one aspect we are living in our urban society. We are constructing big buildings, and these buildings are not as per the consideration of the physicians. Forget about Ayurvedic physicians, even the modern physician is not involved. What they are telling, these buildings should be constructed with the help of the pediatricians, landscape architects, public health professionals, park and recreational officials, bike and pedestrians, advocates, arborists, hunters, anglers, residential developers, and environmentalists. Friends, there are a lot of studies are coming. The children who are living above the fifth floor and not coming more than 3 hours daily for the playing, their growth is being hampered. So this type of the lot of the things which are newer to the society, which are not mentioned in Ayurveda, should also be taken care of while promoting some strategy. At present, in modern medicine, from the modern point of view, what are the domains they are managing? The therapeutic domain of the health. They first talk about the therapeutic domain. Food and nutrition, vitamins, minerals, foods and supplements. They have the measurement for everything, but they don't have measurement for the Agni. What they do, first the children is born, they stop the mother's milk if possible. Nowadays it is little difficult, but stop all the supplements what they were giving. Then they have to take the mineral supplements, food, vitamin supplements, and food supplements. Controlled diet, they have to measure the carbohydrate, protein, and fat, which is not suitable to human body. Maternal and child health care, they do vaccination targeted to individual diseases. It is not in general. They target only because this gives them the money. Because every time if you have corona, then you have the corona vaccine. If you have flu, so you have to take the flu vaccine. So this is not a general strategy they don't adopt because that will not create the market for them. This is the specific prevention and control. Prevention and control, they go for mumps control, or they go for malaria control, they go for tuberculosis control. They don't have a general health management or health prevention things. So these are the things which are being done in modern medicine, which are totally insufficient and failing badly in preventing the non-communicable disorder. This is one paper I was referring to. They said there should be 3 domains and 10 activities of the public health. Again, you will see this is the same thing which is happening: health protection, health improvement, health services. So, enforce laws and regulations, protect the environment and workplaces, diagnose and investigate health problems, assess the competent health service workforce, evaluate health services, link people to needed health services, develop policies and plans. So, these 3 things, last one, 8, 9, 10, I want to implement in our strategy. Inform, educate, and empower. We have to inform the society, educate the society, empower the society regarding their health, and then monitor the health status of the population, and then mobilize the community action. So this is our strategy for the preparing the lifestyle or health preservation strategy. That is, first we have to inform everybody by the different media and things. Then we have to, information should be upgraded to the education. Education should be upgraded to the knowledge. We have to give them education to such a level that they become knowledgeable. Then after getting knowledge, we have to give them empowerment to decide what they have to eat, what they have not to eat, what they have consume, what they have not to consume. This empowerment by law, they have to get most of the things in Indian Samhita already given to the public, but they don't know. So we have to empower them that how you can regulate these things. And then empowerment will lead already to the implementation. I was just thinking, why people will listen to our advices? Because it is very difficult if you go on the road and you start saying that you do this, you will be healthy. So nobody listens to you. So what are the things they listen? The modern doctors adopt fear of the disease and death. They frighten them to such a level that they follow whatever they say. Allurement of longevity. This is the one thing with us. You will survive for a long life if you do this. Obtaining better manpower and sexual health. This is another allurement. Then these are the 3 things by which they can be attracted. Status of preacher. If some big Babaji says, or I will not take the name, if John Prass is being sold by the big stardoms, that is being sold very quickly. So these are the things we have to select the various respectable persons from the society to work for us for this, and then financial allurement, which we cannot give. Religious allurement can be there for the peoples to go for this. So, sorry for mistake in the spelling campaign. So, this is what we have to start with. We have to create a national campaign for health. Now, this campaign can be not run by a private organization like Charak Group. We have to create a big support system with the institutions, with the government also. We have to create and target to health lifestyle. First, we create a personal level biological health that is the most easy to achieve. and that will give better results. So we have to create the guidelines for the nutrition and dietetics. We have to manage regular lifestyle as per circadian rhythm, exercise and yogasana. I have separated yoga from yoga. Please remember, sleep, sexual behavior, regulation of natural urges, psychological, ethical and moral behavior, yoga, meditation and prayer. If this goal can be started with the first line of the preservation of the health, we can achieve something quickly. How to proceed with? So we have to proceed with the first to prepare the manpower. Because as everybody knows, as our writers of the essays, they don't know what is the preservation, what is the promotion, and what is the prevention, and then how we think that our Ayurveda fraternity knows well the health aspect. So we have to start first the trainers training program, and at least 50% from the faculty of Ayurveda college, dispensaries of the physicians, Ayushman Bharat physicians should be trained as a trainers who can given the broad and rigorous training of the at least 1 month to give them practical and theoretical, not only theoretical, practical training of Ayurveda. I will be taking 10 minutes more. Training of Ayurvedic physicians, private practitioners, training of ASA workers, Anganwadi workers, and paramedical staff, who are the main supporting staff to our there, and training of BMS graduates from Beckoning Health Council. And then we go to the society. Who can be targeted? Regular cultural and social events at the every level, compulsory awareness classes in multiple sectors, geriatric clubs, mothers clubs, etc., community maintained health parks like herbal gardens, etc., community maintained palliative clinics, parenting guidance and community participation. Then we require for these two status the material. What material? And we have to prepare the material. As you remember, a few years back, we have on the WHO project, when I was director there, we have prepared a lifestyle guideline. That was a big booklet was prepared. But sometimes it was felt that it is also even become more theoretical. So we have to prepare the practical manuals for the trainers, manuals for the trainees, lifestyle management guidelines for the common man. That may be audio, video, printed materials, etc. Short films, electronic media, advertising materials. This is to be prepared. Then catch them young. School level, this is the best thing. And fortunately, at least theoretically, the new education policy of 2020, just declared a few days back, has mentioned that in the school teaching, Ayush systems will be taught. And that is a wonderful phenomena which I am fighting since last 20 years at least. And we can decide very quickly the syllabus for class 1, class 2, class 3, how much knowledge we can give them. If they are prepared mentally to accept this, then it will be very easy. And then we can give by 5th to onwards, we can give some practical guidelines. We can give them training for the practical things. Creation of school children, classroom, curricular training, practical demonstration, audio, video, cartoons, parenting of parents counseling. This is most important in one school of the Delhi, which is have the support of the one our pharmaceutical organization. They are doing the counseling for the parents regarding the rearing up of the child is in Ayurvedic way. So these are the some modules which we can adopt. Creation of post of teachers for Ayurvedic health and psychological counseling. I propose, though some of our friends feel that this is degradation, there must be a job for the BMS doctors who became a health counselors, and they can be appointed part-time or full-time in the school to look after the health of the children and teaching them the healthy practices. Mental health practices for improvement, intensive courses on morality at the school level, yoga, meditation sessions in the school, TOT for degree holders for counseling techniques, awareness about the reporting mental health issues, recreational centers under the state medical specialist. Then we will require the help of, in this regard, we will require the help of philosophers, sociologists, psychologists, and religious places and religious teachers for the mental health and psychological counseling. The other social clubs like morning walkers club, yoga clubs, youth clubs, they can be given training for the healthy lifestyle. Executive employees of the companies, geriatric health care centers, differently abled persons, improvement. This is one example wonderfully being adopted in the Chhattisgarh area. Involvement of a village population like Ayurveda Gram projects. This project was sponsored by the government of India and the National Ayush Mission, and they have adopted this thing in the many villages, where villages have been given training of the lifestyle, the flora and fauna of the society, and they have been told to look after their health. And a Ayurvedic physician regularly visits are appointed in that society, and they take care of that needs of health needs of the society and train them to take their health care by some normal remedies, and whenever the required they are being referred to the higher centers for the thing. This is another group, important group, which should be taken into the separate goal. We can prepare a separate lifestyle goal. Children's health maintenance for the ladies. Our female population is always told that they are the 50% of the population, and not 50%, even 70% they can work. So the children's health maintenance, they can be taught, child raising up, baby massage, menarche and health hygiene knowledge, sex information to college students, prenatal and postnatal management information, menopausal management, healthy cooking and diet selection information. This can be disseminated through our female population, and we can train them and we can prepare the material to reaching to them for the health care. Electronic and print media who have to play a role along with us, because they have now reached to the every household. Everybody's mobile. These things are reaching very quickly, so we have to prepare beautiful material which can reach to the everybody's hand, everybody's knowledge, everybody's house. Now, this is a big thing. I remember nearly 10 years back, one of our secretaries, Chandra, has thought, and later on another secretary have started the health campaigns. So those campaigns became targeted to the particular diseases, but that was the wonderful idea. So we should talk to our honorable secretaries of, we can start with the healthy India and wealthy India. So our Modi ji gave various NARA for the society. So this can be very good for us. If we are healthy, then we are wealthy, because health is wealth. So for that we require modification of Sanskrit Developman, practical oriented student based teaching, health module, practical training compulsory for BAMS. At least 10 days they should, not 10 days to 7 days, they should live the healthy lifestyle as per Ayurveda, and they should practically feel how they can keep their body healthy. Compulsory training of healthy lifestyle module for Ayushman Bharat physician. They should work as the health counselors. Inclusion of the Ayurvedic health information in CBSE and other state boards curriculum with year-wise demarcation. This WHO is already accepting the things. Only we have to frame and then again put up the WHO for the support. Respond to the growing calls for the strengthening of health system and the renewal of primary health care, universal coverage, centered care, emphasis on public health and health for all policy, serve to guide and steer the entire and pluralist health sector rather than being command and control plans for the public sector. Go beyond the boundaries of the health systems and addressing the social determinants of the health and interaction between the health sector and other sectors in the system. So WHO is already in our favor and they are telling. So this is another important aspect which we have to see, health system research. There is no data available regarding the health in India. Whatever data, very few data, very less data is good. In Ayurveda, nothing is coming out. We don't have any research regarding the health impacts of the various Ayurvedic interventions. So basic research on, because if this is our things are not supported by research data, it will be difficult to put forward in the present modern day society where everybody is looking forward the evidence-based medicine. So we have to create the data at least for the non-pharmacological interventions like Vyayam, food timings, quality of food, Vriddhahar, sleep quality and quantity, current social behavior changes. Though at present Dr. Pandey is working on the Vyayam and he had found that thousands of papers are available already. But we have to create this database. So I have given the first word in this list. It is data mining. If you know the data mining, what is there? If my some of the colleagues may be not doing the data mining, we have to put some of our scholars on the job who will find out what is the work already done till date. That is called data mining. When I was there in IGIV, Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, I found that 20 persons are working on the computers with the headphones. I asked our scientists what they are doing. So that time, first time I heard this word 6 years back. They are doing data mining. What do you mean by data mining? They say we are working here, but every month more than 3 lakhs papers are being published in the science. And if we don't keep the tag of that, we will, after working for 2 years, 3 years, we find that this work has already been published 2 years back. So we can get easy support because doing the research will be a long procedure, but we can create the database by searching the already available our databases. Newer modification additions to lifestyle like electronic media, pollutions, this Rasayan and Panchakarma, at least we are working to some level. So thank you, sir, all. One thing I wanted to say, though it looks very simple, Nityam Hitahar Vihar Sevi Sini Shikari Viseso Sakta Data Samasatya Parasamavan Bhavati Aroga. Then second stanza says, Arthesu Labhesu Kit Prayatnam Nanu Patantis Rogas Nasti Tatkar Daivam. Even Daiv is there. And third, Kalo Ankulo Vishamanogya. So it is a complex job creating total health. But we can start from the Nityam Hitahar Vihar. At least we can start from there and then we go on creating the various strategies as much as support we gather, because it cannot be done by one person or one society or one organization. We require the support of the whole institution, whole organization, then whole village, whole society, to whole country, and then whole globe. Because if they don't follow globe in USA, climate of the India is going to be hampered. So this is the things happening. So I hope that some information I can deliver for you or in the area of the health strategy. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. You have provided us the real-time challenges and there's probable solutions, how we can go forward with the solutions for the health perspective. There is a query, sir, from Jay Prakash Ram. Many times we feel that people are on unnecessary medicine, like many young patients on allopathic medicines for hypertension, diabetes, thyroidism medicine like that, which are prescribed for years or lifelong. But can we try to stop those medicines legally, or is it ethical to stop those medicines?
अब जयप्रकाश जी, इसका जवाब तो आपको देना चाहिए, मुझे नहीं देना है, पर फिर भी it is a published data of the WHO. Then in India, 40% antihypertensives are being used without any medical supervision since years, and they are useless and creating various health problems. I accept, everybody accepts. In thyroid, our clinic patients come, they are taking 200 mcg or the 150 mcg without consulting their doctors since last 2 years, 3 years. So this is the responsibility of us, of the physicians. As much as our experience shows, as much as we can stop, and trial and error method cannot work in the human health, but in the hypertension-like diseases, you have to be very careful. If patients are not your regular checkup, you cannot stop the medicine. But if he is in the regular checkup, he has the provision for the blood pressure, you start reducing the medicine, and then supplement your lifestyle derivatives to the patient. So this we can do. Legally, we can do. Ethically, you have to think all the pros and cons. So legally, you can do. It is legal. You have been given all the powers to do that.
The query is about Shadras Ahara, the Ahara including all the 6 rasa, all the 6 tastes, and its comparison with the complete diet. The complete diet, as per the dietary guidelines, it says that it should have some proteins, fats, and vitamins like that. But the query, how we can compare all the 6 rasa Shadras diet with the complete diet? That's
in Ayurveda, the only Sadras is not a guideline. We have a Guru Laghu, Anup Jangal, various other guidelines are there, and Ayurveda has a concept, their concept. So we can compare, we can keep the health of the people. One careful. How in the present day society, what we have things in the market, they are modified, they have been manipulated, get elements, all the elements are without the oils. You get the Ela, which is without the oils. So we have to be careful, because whatever in present market, whatever the diet items we are getting, they are having the various other contents, the fertilizers, the chemicals, the pesticides, and they are removed, like rice, which is described best food in the Charak Samhita. And now what rice you are using, what rice is being prescribed in the market, that is polished and removed the various things from the things. So not comparing Sadras only to the vitamins or their carbohydrate, fat, protein diet. We have a system of the complete diet. What should be the diet? It should be Sadras. It should be as per the liking of the person. Should not be blended. So it should be as per the liking of the person, as per the agni of the person, as per base of the person, as per the seasons. What should be food given? So this is lot of description. That's why I read it much more richer than the modern a standard diet plan for everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for very elaborative lecture, talk on the future guidelines of health. And now I will request Dr. Basish, sir, to say something, share his thoughts on the talk.
Well, it was an excellent presentation that has been given, and I think parts of it can be used practically. Actually, all of it can be used, but mainly to understand the things. And then there are certain practical solutions which Dr. Baghel has given can be used by the people. And this is very good. Thank you.
Thank you. This might be a start of national health campaign, as you have said in the talk. So we may ask all the educational institute of Ayurved to come together and support the system to have the health guidelines practiced by the Ayurved healthcare providers first, and then to serve the society. So that was a very guiding lecture for us, sir. Thank you so much.